Have you ever felt a love so strong it made no sense? A love that didn't ask for logic, didn't wait for permission. It just happened. Like a quiet storm, it pulled you in. You didn't choose it. It chose you. And maybe you've asked yourself, why them? Why now? And why did it hurt so deeply when it ended? It's tempting to think love is about shared interests or chemistry, that it's about timing or destiny. But the truth is far more mysterious and far more revealing. Carl Jung believed that people don't fall in love with you. They fall in love with what you represent to them. An image, a missing piece, a mirror, and sometimes what they love most in you is the part they've lost in themselves. So today, I want to take you on a journey, not through the story of someone else's love, but through the secret reasons why people truly fall in love with you, and how that love, whether magical or painful, is always an invitation to come home to yourself. Carl Jung's perspective. The mystery of unconscious attraction. Carl Jung didn't see love as something random. He believed love follows a hidden design, one drawn not by chance, but by the deepest patterns of your unconscious mind. According to Jung, when you fall in love, it's not just your heart reacting. It's your inner world trying to find its missing pieces. You're not just attracted to someone because of how they smile or how they make you feel. You're drawn to them because they awaken something forgotten in you, or because you awaken something missing in them. Sometimes, love arrives not to complete us, but to reveal how incomplete we've become. And that's why it feels so intense. You meet someone and it's like something ancient is being remembered. You can't explain it. It's too familiar, too deep, too fast. But here's what most people don't realize. People don't always love you for who you are. They love you for what you represent inside their unconscious mind. It sounds painful, doesn't it? But it's also beautiful. Because even when someone sees you through their own inner lens, that connection still holds a truth, a chance to look deeper at yourself. And here's where it gets more profound. Jung believed there are two core reasons people fall deeply, wildly, and often uncontrollably in love. Two invisible forces pulling hearts together. Two psychological truths that shape the way we bond, even if we don't understand them. And today, you're going to see both. But not as theories, as reflections of your own life. So let's begin with the first, and perhaps the most misunderstood reason why love hits so hard. Projection. Plus first reason. Reveal. Imagine standing in front of a mirror, but instead of seeing your own face, you see someone else's longing. That is projection. Carl Jung described projection as the act of placing your own unconscious thoughts, emotions, or desires onto another person, without even knowing you're doing it. And in love, it happens all the time. Have you ever met someone and felt they saw something in you? Something powerful, even sacred, but you couldn't quite understand what it was. They clung to you, admired you, put you on a pedestal you didn't ask for, loved you more deeply than you could explain. And maybe they fell out of love just as quickly. Why? Because they weren't in love with you. They were in love with the part of themselves they projected onto you. Here's how it works. When someone feels broken, lost, or emotionally incomplete, they often search for that missing piece in another person. You become the carrier of their hope, their light, their forgotten fire. Let's say someone who feels weak inside meets you, and you seem confident, brave, unapologetic. To them, you represent everything they lack. They don't just love you. They need you. or at least what you symbolize. In their mind, being close to you means being close to the version of themselves they wish they were. And so they cling to you, not realizing they're trying to rescue themselves through you. Jung said it clearly. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. But projection isn't transformation. It's illusion. And when that illusion fades, when the reality of who you truly are doesn't match the dream they painted onto your skin, they pull away. They blame you. They feel betrayed by the very thing they created. It's heartbreaking, but it's also revealing. Because here is the first reason people fall in love with you. You represent what they've lost or suppressed inside themselves. You become their missing self. And when they look at you, they don't just see beauty. They see hope. They see potential. They see the emotional home they never built for themselves. But you were never meant to carry their healing. And no matter how much they loved you, that love was always about them. Still, that doesn't mean it wasn't real. It was real in the only way projection can be, as a mirror of their soul. But love based on projection will always feel heavy, because it's asking you to carry something that doesn't belong to you. Anima, animus, plus second reason, reveal. Have you ever met someone, and even before words were spoken, something in you whispered, I know them, not from this life, not from a memory, but from somewhere deeper, somewhere timeless. Carl Jung called this mysterious feeling the call of the anima and animus, the unconscious soul images we carry inside us from birth. The anima is the feminine part of the male psyche. The animus is the masculine part of the female psyche. Both are not just gender roles. They are spiritual, emotional, and symbolic forces inside us all. And they shape how we fall in love. When a man sees a woman who reminds him of his inner anima, maybe she's soft, intuitive, mysterious, something ancient inside him stirs. She doesn't just attract him, she awakens him. And the same is true for women. A woman may see a man who embodies strength, direction, or wisdom, the very traits her inner animus longs for. But what's important to understand is this. You're not being loved for who you are. You're being loved for who their unconscious imagined you to be, their soul image in physical form. This is why some love feels like fate. Why someone can walk into your life and everything around them feels symbolic, charged, surreal. You may feel like they complete you, but what's really happening is this. They're awakening an archetype, a part of your own inner story that had been sleeping inside you. It's not just romantic. It's mythic. But here's the risk. When people fall in love with their inner image reflected in you, they may not truly see you. They see the fantasy, the symbol, the dream. And when you reveal your human self with flaws, needs, contradictions, that image begins to crack. Disappointment sets in. And suddenly the love that once felt cosmic feels confusing. Here is the second reason people fall in love with you. You awaken a soul image they've been carrying their entire life. You're not just a person to them. You're the embodiment of a dream they never understood. And sometimes, when that dream feels too close, too real, they pull away. Not because you did something wrong, but because the soul is afraid of meeting itself too clearly. Emotional resolution, plus spiritual reflection. It's strange, isn't it? The people who love us most intensely often leave us with the deepest pain, but maybe the purpose of that love was never to last. Maybe it came only to reveal something you needed to see, about yourself, about your story, about the parts of you still waiting to be healed. Carl Jung believed that every love, even the painful ones, is a mirror that shows you your shadows, a mirror that pulls out your unconscious, a mirror that helps you remember who you are beneath all the roles you've played. Because when someone projects onto you, when they fall for the idea of you, when they chase the image you reflect back to them, that's not your fault, but it is your opportunity. An opportunity to ask, what part of me is willing to be loved for being a mirror, instead of being real? What part of me keeps attracting those who want pieces of me, but not all of me? And more importantly, what would it mean to stop waiting for someone to see you and start seeing yourself instead? This is the journey Jung called individuation. Not the journey of becoming perfect, but the journey of becoming whole, of gathering all your scattered parts, the soft, the broken, the radiant, the quiet, and saying, you all belong here. Because when you are whole within yourself, you no longer need to be someone's projection. You no longer need to carry their unlived life. You become something else entirely, not just a lover, not just a mirror, but a light, calm, steady, and free. The love you attract from that place will not be based on longing. It will be based on presence, not on fantasy, but on truth, not on the past, but on the now. And that kind of love, the kind that sees you not as a symbol, but as a soul, that is the love that stays. So now you know. People fall in love with you for two powerful reasons. First, because you represent something they've lost, a strength, a softness, a fire they once had but buried. Second, because you awaken an inner image they've carried for years, the anima, the animus, the soul ideal they've been unconsciously chasing. And when that happens, it feels like fate, but it's not always love. Not the kind that lasts. Still, that doesn't make it meaningless. Because every person who sees you through their longing, every heart that holds you in projection, every soul that stumbles into yours and says, I think I've known you forever. They are all part of your journey. They show you what you carry, what you mirror, and what you still need to reclaim within yourself. So the next time someone loves you too quickly or leaves you too suddenly, pause. Don't ask, what did I do wrong? Ask instead, what did I awaken in them? And more importantly, what did they awaken in me? Because even the love that breaks you can be the love that births you. Even the person who couldn't stay might have been the one who helped you stay with yourself. That is the quiet beauty of Carl Jung's truth. We don't fall in love by accident. We fall in love to see. And once you truly see, you're never the same again. You become more real, more whole, more you. If this touched something deep inside you, if it made you reflect on a love you've lived or lost, I'd love to hear your story. Share it in the comments. Let others know they're not alone in what they feel. And if you want more videos like this about love, psychology, healing, and the beauty of becoming whole, make sure you like this video and subscribe. This space is for souls like yours, gentle, curious, ready to heal.